Hi there and welcome to Just Trying to Help a Sister Out, the video series where I talk to the women about what's on the minds of men. And in the past month, I've been to two singles events right here in Lagos designed to help single people find love and improve their relationships. They were Lanre Olushola's Mind the Gap X and House on the Rocks singles meeting. At both events, there were interactive panels and panel discussions, and it was generally a good time at both meetings. I noticed, however, that the ladies had lots of questions and concerns about how young men these days view dating, courtship, and relationships. And the women actually did speak a whole lot more than the men at both events, but that's to be expected. Women tend to be more vocal about relationship issues. But what really surprised me was how much in agreement the women in the audience were over some certain key issues. So I thought it would be a good idea to do a video on the challenges that women in my city, Lagos, face when it comes to finding a good man in 2017. Now bear in mind, the challenge isn't really just finding a man, but actually finding a good man. So at the end of the day, maybe this video is actually for the men. Now I'm doing this countdown style, and I'll begin with number 8, which is men who are dishonest about their sexual orientation. Now this was quite surprising to many of us that were in the audience at both meetings, but what was even more surprising was how widespread the women in the auditorium or the women at these meetings said this problem is. So apparently there are a lot of men who don't just like women, they like men too. There are even some men who don't even like women at all. But what these gay and bisexual men do is that they pretend to be straight and they court women, usually with the intention of marrying them in order to appease their families and to conform with society. Now, I won't dwell on this for too long, but I will say that this is wrong on several levels. Because for one, this is deception and it's fraud. You are in effect deceiving someone into believing that you're someone that you're not, and in the process, you're destroying a fundamental part of their life. And not just them, but also other people who may have been involved by way of your union. Now, if you're doing this, I think the best thing for you to do is first of all, stop and to talk to someone about it, or maybe even seek help. Number 7, men who don't have a plan. While doing research for this topic, I spoke to a few female friends of mine, and many of them said that most of the guys that come their way don't seem to have a plan. They don't have a plan for savings or investment. They don't have a plan for retirement. They don't have a plan for their careers or for starting a family someday. They just don't seem to have a plan. And for a woman to give up her independence and to tie herself to a man, she needs to know that that guy has a plan, not just for himself, but also for her and for their future together. But sadly, most of the guys that come their way these days, they just seem to be taking life one day at a time, just going wherever the wind blows. Number 6, users and gold diggers. Now, there are a lot of freeloaders, users, and extortionists these days, male ones for that matter, gold diggers, so to speak. And a lot of women earn well and have good jobs nowadays, and as a result of the long hours that they put in at work, their social lives suffer. So some opportunistic men with an entitlement mentality come into their lives and give them some care and affection, and they expect to be financially compensated for this care and attention that they show these women. Some even go as far as stealing from them or extorting them. Women don't necessarily have a problem with helping a brother out financially, especially when he's falling on some hard times. But when it becomes regular and with manipulative intentions, then that's a major red flag for a woman or for anyone. Number 5, a lot of guys just want sex. I don't think there's been a time in modern history where sex has been more trivialized and commoditized than it has been today. I think it's safe to say that with the media and the images we see in pop culture, women tend to be degraded and objectified. And as a result of this constant subconscious conditioning, a lot of young men these days only see women as sex objects. So while a woman is dating a guy and hoping that he's the one that she settles down with, he's busy thinking of when she's going to give him the sex that he feels he deserves. And this is an aberration, really. It's not what sex was designed for, because now a lot of women are even very wary about men who just want them for their bodies, because now they know that sex doesn't guarantee anything. It doesn't guarantee that a man will stay, and it doesn't guarantee that he will propose either. So gentlemen, renew your minds. Try and respect that woman and leave her body for her husband. And if you think you're her husband, then you know what to do. Now guys, I don't want this video to be too long, so let me end this first part here. I will be back really soon, hopefully, with the concluding part on the issues or challenges that women in Lagos face with finding a good man. Now, if you have any questions or comments, I should say, about the first 4 points I've mentioned in this video, please let me know in the comments section below. I'd really love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hi, please consider subscribing. You can hit the subscribe button just below the video as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the concluding part. Take care.